Welcome back. A little bit more iWrench and U-learn going on today. So what had happened was I've been a little sick for the last couple of weeks. Thought I was getting better. Definitely was not. Ended up in urgent care wee hours of the morning, getting a steroid shot, some other shots, and nebulizer breathing treatment. All these things that have me wired. So I'm knocking out projects that I haven't had the time or the energy to work on in quite a while. So you're getting the benefits of that. But this time we are not working on the Celica. Still waiting on that strut mount. It's supposed to arrive tomorrow. Now we're gonna move into a different interest of mine, something I'm learning, something I'm having a really good time with, know almost nothing about, makes it even more fun. I'll tell you a little bit about that, as we go through this adventure. Today, in this episode, it is mini bikes. Trying to build a custom mini bike. I'm gonna show you the things I have. I have most of the things assembled / acquired. Now it's a matter of getting things installed on the frame that I got. And also, this has been done for very, very cheap. I like cheap. Maybe $150 has been spent. Most everything I'm doing is trading, 3D printing things, selling that, trading, investing. A lot of it's just trading. Mini bike community is pretty huge on sharing and having other people getting work done because they just enjoy it. And it's been a lot of fun. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to show you some of the things I have, where those things are going, and we're going to have us a little bit of fun. So first things first, this bad unit right here, this is a Honda GX 160. I can't even tell you where I got the fuel tank from. Was another one of the things that was free. The motor was free. I did do some trading, bartering, selling things, bought the air filter assembly and the carburetor that is nice and shiny on there. And this motor, I also had to replace the push rods because that was why it was free. Had no push rods, had really good compression. And as far as we could tell, the only thing missing were push rods. So we did, swapped out the push rods. This was all done before I started the channel, or you would have seen that. It's a pretty simple process. I did get it fired up. It's bad to run these without exhaust on them. It's bad for the valves. It's only ran for a few seconds. I'll try to get that video and add it in here so you can see it. So this unit put back together. No governor delete was done on it before I got it, which makes me happy because I've messed with ones that have governors. Kind of annoying as far as the carburetor and the throttle linkage setup. This is much smoother. Where that is going to be this. And yes, I just panned across a assembled, and it looks like ready to roll mini bike that is not mine. I've been tinkering on it, and I have got to a point where I don't want to tinker on it anymore because it's not mine. That's why. This right here is going to hold a 10-inch wheel in the front. The whole setup kind of has a build almost like a street bike would. It's got the rear shock in it. It's got front suspension. Don't really know if that's going to be any good or not. Better part, it already has a big engine welded plate, engine plate welded to it. That came out real backwards. So it came with that. Still has the chain, still has the assembly there in the back. Up in the front, what do we have on here? We've got our throttle cable. I think the throttle cable still has cable in it. Yeah, it does. So the throttle cable is ready to be reattached and hooked up. This unit came already with a rear brake hydraulic brake system. It's got the hydraulic brake, still has pads in it. I did take it off. I was trying to fit a much bigger wheel on there, still have the pedal. I had to purchase / wheel and deal / borrow / sell the master cylinder for the rear brake, and I've got that sitting on the bench. I've got a wheel that we're going to work on putting the sprocket on today, seeing if we can get that fitted up. If I get the rear wheel done, that's going to be a big step forward because the last one I tried to put on did not fit at all. If I get the rear one on, we're throwing the front one on. I'm going to have to probably find some bolts to bolt the motor to the plate, so that might hold us up a little bit. I might have enough stuff laying around in the junk drawers and bins to be able to do it, but I don't know for sure. So that's what we're working on there. Over here, set up on the workbench. We got the wheel we're gonna put on. I don't even know what size bike this came off of, if I'm being honest. I found this as a good deal on Marketplace, so we're gonna try to take that sprocket off the drag slick that is way too small, put the sprocket onto this so we have a drive sprocket. Might end up doing a little machining. Sounds scary, but it might happen. Either to take some of these things out. Got to do some cleaning on this. It kind of looks like there's a bolt sheared off in that. I did not pay much of anything for this, so I'm not mad. So we'll get that swapped over to this. This one already has the disc on it for the disc brake, so that's nice. And I'm gonna have to do some cleaning and or removing of that bearing, because good lord, it's nasty. I did see where this was housed and it was sitting outside, so bearings might be totally shot, which is okay because I should have the replacements sitting somewhere right there if they're the right sizes. All kinds of things that I'm learning about this as I wrench and we learn is all of these different wheels have different axle size diameters, bearing diameters, so many diameters that are different. So yeah, I'm gonna set up the camera. Probably not gonna time lapse it so much as do a few things to tell you where we're at, progress updates, and kind of move on from there. And as I'm looking at this rim, I know the wheel's not inflated right now. Hoping that the rim is just dirty and that it'll hold air, because it could be a little rough. That's okay. That's a problem for a later day. Problem one, get that onto that. We'll be back. Yes, so this definitely doesn't fit that because there's some little metal, I would assume those are supposed to be some spacers to hold this wheel nice and center. Fantastic. I will be gently removing those. And then I'm also gonna have to drill new holes. This one almost wants to line up. I really don't wanna take material off of this, these little stud things, because they're so close to working, but they're not quite. It's like I could almost persuade it with a good old Tanya Harding, aka hammer, but they're not quite there. So we're going to be creative with this because this is the closest fitting one that I have. The really big one off the other wheel is like, yeah, is real big. So what we'll do is firstly work on this bearing that's all seized up. If I can get that cleaned up, I can get that cleaned up. Take these bearings out. There is what looks like plastic, like paper straws or something were stuck down in here, which is making me think maybe these are not the best threaded anymore. There's a piece of metal stuck in this one. So I'm gonna get a drill bit, start gently persuading some of these things to leave what has now become their home, because I don't want them there. And yeah, keep right on trucking along. Yeah. So about that other wheel, had this one also picked up, same deal, same guy, also is flat, but rim looks like it's in way better shape than the other one. Also has brake sprocket on it. Got some hardware in it holding this in. I think I can match the sizes for the other side. But the better news is that this is so close to fitting that I do believe with a, what do they call it, cheek poker? Flap wheel. Oh, where do I have one? I've got a, well, I mean, I've got the steel brush right here, but I have the attachment. I can slap on a drill, get all that stuff off of it, get that cleaned up, and then this is so close that I'm pretty sure if I take the rust out of it, I'll be able to seat it on this currently without having to do any more extensive work. Bearings are bad, again, but I'd rather have bad bearings and everything else be usable than go the other way around. Hey, look, there's even an old Hornet's Nest way down in there. Real old, don't worry. So, that's the plan now. Who knows where we're going to end up with this adventure? Ladies and gentlebeings, those our bits of bearing. That would be a bearing. This would be the outer seal or outer race of the bearing that is still in there, and I cannot get it out. So me and the Sawzall with the metal cutting blade, we're gonna have a little chit chat with this here inner surface, and I'm gonna do my very best to not do much more than kind of put a notch in the metal, and then I can hit it with a screwdriver and hopefully break it loose. Craziness, but we're getting somewhere. As Derek from Vice Grip Garage would say, sometimes you just got to keep them feet moving forward. That pile of metally sparkly bits tells you that keeping the feet moving forward was removing a lot of material out of these mounting holes here. And I mean, they might be a slight bit loosish, but they're good enough for who it's for, and that's me. I'm gonna have to work on some spacers, as you can see, but there's also a hydraulic brake mounted there. So I am going to be pulling a disc, one of the discs that I have, and installing it on this. I have one or two laying around right now, so that's not gonna be as big of a deal. That'll take up a bit of room, and then I've got a couple of spacers just kind of laying there from other stuff. Might have to bore those out a little too to make them work, but we'll get there. Yeah. That was nice. On the wheel that's supposed to go in the back, you saw I quit on that one. This one I got bearings out, almost. There is a little piece of the outer race of the bearing still there. And it has PB Blaster in it. It has everything done to it. I showed you I was trying to Sawzall it. I have done that. I'm not getting anywhere with that. Don't know what to tell you, folks. We'll come back to that later. I was excited to get one wheel on. The wheels have been the biggest problem because I got that frame with nothing other than rough sizes for wheels that I should buy. One wheel was too wide by maybe 1/8 of an inch, but it was going to interfere. The nuts holding the sprocket were in the way. Like, there was just going to be all kinds of issues with that. So I had to abandon that. Tried a couple other wheels, found one that's the right size finally, and now I can't get the bearing out. And I have the other one that's the right size, and I don't know, y'all. I might need to go back to that one. This is not going to be done today. That is a fact. Yeah, we'll see. That's where we stand right now. Yes, indeed, folks. Aggravating. Rear wheel giving me loads of fits. It's all right, I wrench, we learn. Yeah, I need to still mount disc on that. I do have a spacer that came off of the rear, basically taking the rear axle, moved it to the front, and then bought a slightly bigger rear axle that I had to also drill holes to make fit here, but it does fit through there. Yeah, super fun, but I don't have a wheel that'll work with it because the wheels are crazy. Not done, obviously, but there's a little update. There's the mini bike build. Do have a motor, so that's something. I do also have a Honda 200, slightly bigger than the 160. I don't know if it'll be any good, but I have a crank. I'll have to blow that open, take the crank out, so I'll have a video of that. Camshaft has to be swapped for sure, and then I need push rods because I took push rods out for the 160. That'll be fun. That'll be something I can do, but I really want the wheels to work on this so I have something to put a motor on. That's the dream. We'll see. All right, thanks for watching. This has been I Wrench and We Learn.